Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's class, we are going to solve a practical problem under straight piece rate and Taylor's differential piece rate. So let's start the problem. See here, calculate the earnings of the workers A and B under straight piece rate and Taylor's differential piece rate. So let's see the information. Here they have given a normal rate per hour, that is rupees 2.40. This is not normal piece rate, right? This is the normal rate per hour, and standard time per unit 30 second. Standard time per unit 30 seconds means to produce 1 unit it will take 30 seconds. This is the standard time. And differential piece rate, 80% of piece rate when below standard and 120% of piece rate at or above standard. If the output is below standard, then 80% of piece rate is applicable, and the actual production that is more than the standard, then 120% of piece rate is applicable. And the workers, they have produced in a day of 8 hours as follows, means they are working in a day of 8 hours. So A produced 800 units and B produced 1000 units. See here, in this problem, they have given the information about actual production. But in this problem, they have not given any information about standard production per day. They have given information the workers have produced in a day of 8 hours, means this is the actual production in a day. That is A 800 units and B 1000 units. So we need to calculate the standard production per day, because under Taylor's differential piece rate we need standard production, right, to compare whether it is below standard or above standard. We know only the actual production in a day. Now let's calculate the standard production per day. Here they have given the information standard time per unit is 30 seconds. Here standard time per unit 30 seconds means to produce 1 unit it require 30 seconds. And working time per day, how much? That is 8 hours. Working time per day 8 hours, right? So here we need to find how many units it can be produced in 8 hours. How many units can be produced in 8 hours if each unit takes 30 seconds. Each unit takes 30 seconds, then we need to calculate how many units can be produced in 8 hours. 1 unit means what? 30 seconds. Means to produce 1 unit it take 30 seconds. That is called as standard output per day. First here what we have to do, we need to convert 8 hours to seconds, because here they have given the standard time per unit in seconds. So we also convert the hours into seconds. How we will to convert the seconds? We know that 1 hour means 60 minutes, right? And 1 minute means what? 60 seconds. So for 1 hour, how many seconds? 60 into 60. How many? 3600 seconds. So 8 hours means what? So 8 hours means 8 into 3600 seconds. That is here. 8 into 3600 means 28,800 seconds. 28,800 seconds. I hope this is clear to you all. First we have to calculate 1 hour equals to how many seconds? How many seconds? 3600. 1 hour means 3600 seconds, and 8 hours means how much? That is 28,800 seconds. Clear? Now we have to divide the total available seconds by time per unit. Then we will arrive at the standard output per day. Here 28,800 seconds divided by, for 1 unit it will take 30 seconds. So 28,800 divided by 30 means 960 units. That is the standard output per day. Clear? So standard production per day is how many units? 960 units. But here A produced only 800 units. Means here in differential piece rate below standard rate, that is 80% of piece rate is applicable to him, and B produced 1000 units, means that is more than the standard, right? Means 120% of piece rate that is applicable to worker B. So this is about calculation of standard production per day. I hope this is clear to you all. Now in the problem they said that you need to calculate the straight piece rate also. Here they have given the information about normal rate per hour, but they have given any information about piece rate? No, right? We need piece rate to calculate the earnings under straight piece rate. So let's calculate the piece rate. 1 minute. Yeah. Calculation of piece rate. Piece rate means what? It means the amount paid per unit produced. Amount paid per unit produced. See, in cost accounting, when you are given the normal rate per hour, that is rupees per hour, and standard time per unit, means in hours or minutes or seconds, right? So piece rate means what? Normal rate per hour into time allowed per unit. This is the formula to find out the piece rate. Clear? So here normal rate, how much that is? Here normal rate per hour is rupees 2.40. So write down normal rate equals to rupees 2.40, that is per hour, and standard time per unit, how many seconds? Standard time to produce 1 unit, 30 seconds, right? 30 seconds. Now what we have to do means, here the normal rate that is in hours, but standard time in seconds. Now we have to convert this 30 seconds to hours. This 30 seconds to hours. How we will convert it? 30 seconds means 30 seconds divided by 1 hour. It means how many seconds? 3600 seconds, means 1 divided by, see, 3600 divided by 30 means 121 divided by 20 hours. 1 divided by 120 hours. So our piece rate is normal rate per hour, that is rupees 2.40 per hour, into time allowed in hours, that is 1 divided by 120. So equals to 2.40 into 1 divided by 120, that is equals to rupees 0.02 per unit. That is our piece rate. Piece rate means what? The amount paid per unit produced. Amount paid per unit produced. So our piece rate is 0.02 per unit. Here the main work is we need to convert the 30 seconds to hours, because here normal rate that is given in per hour. So be very careful in converting, means in hours. Sometimes they give in minutes. We need to convert in hours or seconds or hours. Like that they will give. We have to very careful while solving these type of problems. So here our working notes are over. Now we have to calculate the earnings under straight piece rate system. What is the formula? Earnings equals to number of units produced into rate per unit. So worker A number of units produced how much? That is worker A produced 800 units and worker B produced 1000 units. So number of units produced, worker A 800 into rate per unit, that is 0.02 per unit. Just now we have calculated, right? 800 into 0.02 means 16. Earnings is rupees 16, and the earnings of worker B 1000 units into 0.02, please 0.02 per unit, 1000 into 0.02 means that is rupees 20. Earnings of worker B is rupees 20. Clear? Now we have to calculate the earnings under Taylor's differential piece rate. Here standard output per day is 960 units and worker A he produced 800 units, means it is below standard. Below standard means here which rate is applicable? 80% of piece rate when below standard, means 80% of piece rate, means 80% of piece rate. How much? Just now we have calculated, right? That is 0.02, means 0.02 into 80%, that is equals to 0.016 rupees, 0.016. Now worker B, he produced 1000 units, means standard output per day is 960 units, means this is above standard. So the rate applicable is 120% of piece rate at or above standard. So 120% of piece rate, that is 0.02. So 0.02 into 120%, that is 0.024 rupees, 0.024 for worker B. Now we have to calculate the earnings. So earnings equals to worker A, that is number of units produced. How many units? 800 units into rate is 0.016 rupees, 0.016. So earnings of worker A is 800 into 0.016 equals to 12.8 rupees, 12.8. And worker B 1000 units into the rate applicable 0.024. Here just now we have calculated, right? So 1000 into 0.024 equals to 24. So rupees 24 earnings, that is applicable, available to worker B. Clear? So we have calculated the earnings under straight piece rate and Taylor's differential piece rate. Clear? I hope this is clear to you all, but you should be very careful while converting hours to seconds and seconds to hours. Clear? So I hope this problem is clear to you all. If not, please leave a comment. And if anyone wants the notes of this solution, please comment. I will upload in my Telegram channel and I will provide the link in the description box. Thank you.